Just recently, Carrie Underwood completed her first season serving as a judge on the American Idol competition. Due to the fact that it was the same series that got her career off the ground, it goes without saying that she was not a rookie when it came to the show. However, in light of her recent appearances on the show, the question of whether or not she will continue to be a part of the show will be the deciding factor in whether or not certain viewers continue to watch. Carrie Underwood's debut as a judge on American Idol begins with the first season. Come to an end not too long ago, as a result of her participation in the fourth season of American Idol, Underwood initially gained widespread recognition. At the end of the season, she emerged victorious, with BOYCOTT coming in second place. Following the conclusion of the competition, Underwood has established a famous music career and is now regarded as one of the most successful winners on the show. On the other hand, she has not forgotten the place where she began her profession. In season 23, Underwood made her comeback to the show, this time in the capacity of a judge. At the time, she was taking over for Katy Perry, who had previously served as a judge. The first season of the new judges competition has just recently come to a close, and Jamal Roberts emerged as the most recent champion, while John Foster emerged as the runner-up for the season. Since that time, fans have been curious about whether or not Underwood would continue to serve as a judge. In a recent interview, Underwood and her fellow judges were asked about the upcoming season. The question of whether or not Underwood will be a one-season wonder was posed to her during an episode of Entertainment Tonight television show. She freely stated, "I have no idea. There are a lot of things to think about." At the time, Underwood's fellow judges appear to have a more optimistic outlook towards their potential return. "Are you kidding me?" Lionel Richie said in a statement. "I hope that I don't lose out on this opportunity." The following is what Luke Bryan had to say about the situation. "We'll get through tonight, and then hopefully the phone will start ringing." Since then, viewers have said how much they appreciated watching Underwood serve as a judge throughout this season of the show. In recent times, a great number of fans have taken to social media to express their belief that she is the most truthful of the three judges, stating that they consider it an essential component of the competition series. Underwood is considered by some fans to have had a positive influence on American Idol. A significant number of fans have confessed on social media that she is a significant reason why they watched the most recent season. These remarks were made public not just subsequent to the interview that was conducted by Entertainment Tonight, but also after the announcement of Season 24 on Instagram by American Idol. It was mentioned by a few that they could rethink their decision to watch if she does not return for a new season. According to the opinions of others, Underwood has had a significant impact on the show. Even a few admirers said that they had initially questioned Underwood's ability to serve as a judge, but that they eventually changed their minds. The following are some comments. The word showed up in lowercase first, like it was shy. Boycott. Then it gathered courage, found a few exclamation points, and began climbing comments like ivy. Under a rehearsal clip. So disappointed, Carrie. Under a backstage selfie. We love you, but we can't support this season. Under a carousel of rhinestone boots. Cute shoes, still not watching. No press release. No scandal letterhead. Just a ripple turned riptide. A fandom staggering over the line between devotion and defiance. This is how it happens now. A decision on live TV detonates. The algorithm scoops up the glow. And overnight an idol's name sits next to a verb that promises exit. The night the note went flat. The pivot point wasn't a tabloid. It was a Tuesday. The theme was Idols. Judges choosing songs the contestants wouldn't have picked for themselves. Risky by design, Carrie Underwood, country's clean-line powerhouse and the show's alumni-turned-judge, did what she's always done when the assignment is tricky. She went for growth over safety. She told a trembly-voiced finalist with a honeyed soprano, "Let's call her Nora," to try a rock anthem. "Your tone will cut through the guitars," Carrie said. "Let's find the grit." On paper, brilliant. In practice, a polka dot parachute in a thunderstorm. Nora fought the key change, missed the camera 3 times, and swallowed a note the audience had already swallowed for her. When the voting closed, a fan favorite stood at center stage, eyes bright with that horrible combination of courage and math. The red lights did what red lights do. It didn't help that moments earlier the judges had used their single save on a different singer. Talented, yes, but one Carrie had openly stanned since auditions. "This isn't the ending of your story," she told him as the confetti machines politely coughed. Twitter, the platform formerly known as Twitter, took a screenshot of her smile and turned it into a motive. By sunrise, there were 2 stories about the same episode. The one where a mentor made a call that backfired, and the one where an idol steered a rival off a cliff and rescued her favorite from the valley. The second story spreads better. It rhymes with every paranoia the internet loves to tuck in at night. What boycott means in 2025. If you've ever loved a singer enough to memorize their tour bus paint job, you know fandom is a family with chores. There are people who post links, people who clip interviews, people who bring archives to the table like casseroles, and there are people who keep the temperature high. Boycott is the stubbed-up setting of choice. In group chats named after songs, those fans set rules. Don't stream the show. Don't engage with official clips. Do amplify Nora's YouTube. Do tag sponsors politely. Do not tag Carrie with vitriol. Tag the network. They will contradict themselves before lunch. Hashtags bloom. Until one wins the Darwinian battle for brevity, it's tempting to roll your eyes. Fans threaten boycotts the way toddlers announce they're running away with a backpack full of crackers, loudly, dramatically, with a route that tends to circle the living room. But write them off at your peril. Enough coordinated muting, enough sponsor pings, and a network schedule learns new manners. Besides, even if the boycott doesn't create a ratings, it changes the wind. The show can smell it. So can the artists. The Stan Civil War? Carrie's house is big. Inside it are wingback chairs and window seats, and a whole addition built for the people who think her high notes could convince a thunderstorm to sign a peace treaty. When hashtag boycott it all dusted through the foyer, her fans did what all big families do. They argued in the long hallway. Team Glasshouse. She's a judge now, not your personal jukebox. Growth hurts. This is idol, not karaoke. Team Guardian. She steered Nora wrong and hid behind mentorship. That save was strategic, not fair. Team Archivist posted clips from 2005. Carrie as contestant, nerves like a corset, jury-rigging grit into songs until grit fit like a second skin. She earned the right to ask for risk, they wrote, and she learned to survive it. Team Realist shrugged. We all still watched, didn't we? While the family debated the ethics of tough love, the cousins down the block, Nora's ride or dies, worth the phones. Every era has its equivalent of a sandwich board. In the streaming era, it's a cleanly edited TikTok of missed notes, cut with a diagram of the save rules, underlined with a plea, reward authenticity, not politics. Fair minds can hold two truths. Nora struggled, and the save felt convenient. What fair minds can't do, not yet, is resist an easy villain. Boycotts need faces. They pick the most famous one on screen. Carrie's post. Here's where a lesser celebrity would drop something platitudinous in Notes app grade. Carrie did something smarter and riskier. She went live. No glam, a soft tea, kitchen light. The camera found a woman who looks like she knows the weight of a first step and took it anyway. I've been the girl on the carpet, she began. I've been the girl in the side room, listening to my heart in my throat, hoping the red light doesn't mean the end. I remember faces all the way in the back row. I remember which shoes betrayed me. A small laugh. Not performance laughter, and I remember mentors who challenged me in ways I didn't like at the moment. She didn't name Nora. She didn't drag a colleague into the apology either. Sometimes as a judge you pick the wrong risk, she said, hands every mom's hands when she's explaining a hard truth. The hardest thing is wanting someone to grow and then watching them fall. I will always pick honesty over easy, and that means I will sometimes be wrong in public. If that means I take your heat, okay. But please, don't make your love for one artist the reason you stop loving music. Then, she did the thing that disarms a room. She gave away power. We asked for a save. You didn't like the way we used it. Fair. So let's make room for you. She announced an extra wildcard night, funded by a sponsor who called me today and said they believe in good faith. The top-voted eliminated contestants would sing again. And we will not speak first. You will. Within minutes, the boycott hashtag sprouted a contentious sibling. What the show did and didn't? Showrunners are part carnival barker, part kindergarten teacher. When the internet threatens to take its toys and go home, they rummage in the closet labeled format tweaks. Vote totals, they won't publish the whole spreadsheet, but they'll disclose percentages on weeks with controversy. Judge power, they'll split the save into two smaller tokens with narrower scope. Mentor involvement, they'll put cameras in rehearsal rooms and let you watch the suggestion turn into a choice. They won't force Nora to sing rock again. What they won't do is say the word boycott out loud. That's a brand team's nightmare syllable, all consonants, no charm. Instead, they push celebration and second chances. Say motion, better lighting. The economics of emotion. Boycotts come with math. Sponsors pull, sometimes a whisper, sometimes a palette swap. Pre-roll ads suddenly feature utility companies instead of earbud brands. The network books an executive segment on a morning show to smile and say nothing while gripping a mug that says good morning like it's a life raft. But ratings are stubborn. Families watch together out of habit. Young singers tune in to measure their own audacity. A judge you love can frustrate you without ejecting you from the ritual. The internet is very good at threatening to leave and very bad at leaving. This isn't hypocrisy. It's the modern arrangement. We punish with volume, not absence. Even so, something real shifts. You can feel it the next week in the room. The judge's jokes are 5% shorter. The critiques come with body language disclaimers, open palms, the universal no-knife posture. When Carrie mentions risk, the crowd tightens, then relaxes when she pivots to craft. The camera finds Nora in the audience, not hiding in a hoodie but dressed like someone who believes in tomorrow, singing under her breath, cheering for somebody else on purpose. The boycott is still there. Hashtags don't evaporate. But a counterforce is trying to make itself heard. Curiosity. The night of wild cards. When the extra night lands, it lands like rain in a summer where everything felt crispy. 3 eliminated singers return. Nora goes last. She wears her own song like armor, a quiet heartbreak ballad she wrote before all this, the kind of lyric that puts a kitchen table on a stage and asks the lights to be gentle. No guitar is swallowing her. No key change is daring her. Carrie doesn't speak. None of them do. The audience does. The vote moves like water finding the lowest point. Relief has always been heavier than revenge. Nora advances. Somewhere a group chat explodes with their favorite kind of victory. The slow kind, earned in front of people willing to change their minds. Boycott accounts do not delete their posts. They never do. But some add a new sentence at the top. We wanted fairness. This is closer. The internet rarely writes epilogues. When it does, it sounds like that. What we learned, whether we wanted to or not. If you strip away the confetti and the coding, what remains is a mutual education in public. Fans learn that boycotts can be steering wheels as well as brakes. You can slam on them, or you can nudge with them. The first gets more news stories. The second gets more actual changes. The show learned that opacity is a luxury item no one can afford anymore. Invite people into the workshop, and they're more likely to buy the chair. Carrie learned, not for the first time, that leadership feels less like a crown and more like a hot coal you're trying to carry to a safe place without dropping. She will still choose growth over easy. She will also give the room a fire extinguisher. Most importantly, Nora learned that failure on Thursday can be fuel on Tuesday if you keep your shoes by the door. The ending, that isn't one. A week after the wild card, a fan posts a video from a parking lot after the show. You can see the security lights stenciling shadows on concrete. Someone is singing, a messy, joyful chorus of people who don't sound like each other and don't care. Carrie slips past the edge of the frame, cap low, hoodie zipped, the anonymous uniform of a famous person trying to be a normal one. She stops when she hears the song. She listens. She claps. She mouths a line. Then she goes back inside to write more notes no one will see. Online, #BoycottItAll is still breathing. Hashtags don't die. They hibernate. But so does Grace. It curls in a different corner of the same platform, gathering strength, waiting its turn. Odds of the final will arrive like finals always do. Too many songs, tears with eyelashes, a montage the editors built like a love letter to the moment television still feels like a campfire. Some viewers will have followed through on their vow and stayed away. Many will have drifted back. Others will watch with the volume of their outrage turn from 11 to a healthy 7, suspicious but present. The way you attend Thanksgiving with a relative who finally apologized. Will they threaten a boycott again? Almost certainly. The modern audience is a chorus in a jury and a town hall with microphones that work. Threats are part of the new handbook. But tucked between the capital letters and the lowercase fury is a quieter truth that outlasts trends. A song can still change a night, and a night can still change a mind. At the next season's first auditions, a teenager will step up and say she started singing because of Carrie Underwood. The judges will smile the tired, grateful smile of people who get told the same story and never get tired of it. Someone on Twitter will be angry at the lighting. Someone on TikTok will edit a conspiracy thread. Sponsors will tinker. Producers will pray. And somewhere, a fan with 2 tabs open, the show on one, a hashtag on the other, will realize she can hold both screens and still be a person who believes in second chances. The boycott didn't break the show. It did something harder. It broke the idea that we are only ever one thing. A fan or a critic, a supporter or an accuser, a mentor or a villain. A country superstar or a human being who sometimes asks too much of a kid, because she remembers how much the world asked of her. In the end, what Carrie said in that kitchen remains the most honest lyric anyone wrote all season. I will sometimes be wrong in public. The boycott sharpened that truth. The wild card softened it. Music did the rest.